Hello everyone, it's Lydia. So I completed the mini album using the Prima Divine Collection 6x6 paper pad and yummy laces and trims from Natalia's Zibbit shop. She's Natalia3948 on Zibbit. I will add a link down below, and I will also have a coupon code for you. So let me show you some of the trims that I used. This beautiful dainty one. This is like one of my favorites. And this gorgeous beaded trim. On this one I was experimenting and I used a flower die, and I die cut a flower, 2 flowers from this beautiful wide crochet trim. It's a really pretty green. And I used this one on my binding. I just folded it in half. This really wide white one I used to create a side pocket. I also used this pretty velour and sequin trim. The dainty daisy crochet trim, and this pretty yellow, and this really dainty trim. And the hot air balloon stamp is by TPC Studios. Thanks, Letty. For that, I used the journaling cards from the Divine Collection, Kill the Paper Pad, all gone, and some of the stamps from the Divine Collection. It looks like this. And I used some Prima butterflies. These are from the Lyric Collection. So the construction of the album is 3 paper bags that I ironed individually, and then I stacked them and machine stitched them down the middle. So it's a really simple mini album to create. The title here, Wonderful, is from Prima's Tea Time Collection, I believe. Here's where I added the wide crochet lace in the binding, and then I have a cluster of flowers here. I have a large pink gardenia. These really cool ones are from Craft Supplies 1, and they're like tiger lilies. They're rubbery and very pliable. I like them, very cool. I have to get more of these. And then I have another pretty pink rubber flower that I received from Elise, Elise46. Thanks, Elise. And some more flowers that Elise sent me. I have a little Prima trinket piece here that I received from Mandy, 11 Crafty Cats. A chipboard button that I created. I fashioned a bow, and then I tucked in some more of this, the leftover lace in here, and a Prima butterfly. And there's that pretty gypsy lady. For my binding, I used some seam binding from my closure, I should say, for my stash. So here's the first page, and I fashioned a pocket using the really wide crochet lace. I have a flower here. I think it's Recollections. It's actually a layered flower with a round center, and I removed it because I wanted my flowers to be flat. I didn't want my mini album to be super chunky. And then here's a button that I created. I added glossy accents and used Vintage Photo to distress all of my pages. Here I have some journaling tags from the collection, and I just stamped them. My next page, I used the Tim Holtz Baroque die for my photo mats throughout. And I have that pretty yellow trim. I fashioned a banner. I like the little bits and pieces sticking out of the book. Prima flower and a cute button that I created. And here's some more of the dainty trim from Natalia's shop. Here's my next page. And I didn't want to cover the truck here and the hot air balloon. So the mat fit perfectly in the center. I have another flower and button and some more trims from Natalia's shop. Here I formed a wide side pocket, and from the little banner page, created a banner, used some pop dots and some baker's twine. This is take 3. I am not doing this over again. Here's the cute little doily that I received from Ida Lewis. Thanks, Ida. Another button that I created, and here's a little bit of leftover trim. Crochet trim that I had, and I have some more journaling tags in here. I stamped the back and distressed it. Here's my next page, and I used that pretty dangle trim. More bits that I had left over. Crochet trim, Prima butterfly, another flower from my stash, and then I have this little piece here that can be a bookmark. Journaling spot, and then here I added a Julie the paperback doily and another button. I use glossy accents on the button. So that's that page. And then on this one, I have a doily that I received from Ida. Thanks, Ida. And I added a little bling piece in the center here. That's from the Tim Holtz tags and labels. Little oval piece for a date. Here I layered 2 of the trims. And then I added a little flower pearl on every other flower. On this page here, this was my last piece from this sheet of paper. And I cut another piece from the crochet trim. And I have another button and a flower for my stash. And this is a Sizzix die. On this one I used that pretty sequence trim and I layered it on top of some more wide white crochet trim. I added a pretty bloomer here. And I have another button, and then this was the last piece that I had left over. That's the banner print page where you can cut these out to create your banners. And then I stamped the Gypsy Lady and Delightful. My next page is this one, and this one has a dress form on here, so I added the Tim Holtz dress form die, and I added some of the paper from the collection, and I distressed it in Vintage Photo. On her waist I added more of that green crochet ribbon, and I added this pretty brown Prima butterfly, and there's a little brown butterfly on this note card. And I stamped Paris, and this is my last page, and it's the one that has the doily, so I added a large paper doily, distressed it, and more trim from Natalia's shop. This is an EK Success punch, great spot for a date or name or journaling. And then here's where I was experimenting and die cut the flowers from the green crochet ribbon and another button, and I glossy accented all of the buttons. And then here's the back of the mini. You can see the beautiful crochet lace there. And yeah, I had so much fun creating this. It took me a couple of hours. And thanks for watching, everyone. Post a comment if you wish and subscribe, and head on over to Natalia's Exhibit shop and check out her goodies. Have a fabulous day. Bye.